Archangel Zadkiel, tuning into a higher frequency. Greetings, beloved ones. We are Archangels Amethyst and Zadkiel, and we greet you with love. Today we wish to speak about tuning into a higher frequency. Your frequency is how you are known in the higher dimensions. Tuning into a higher frequency is your North Star. It keeps you focused on the core of who you are as a being of light. A higher frequency is a centering point. When you are in tune with it, your frequency aligns with it. You can navigate your daily life more easily because you are self-assured. Tuning in to a higher frequency can also be a reference point that helps you understand if a situation is right for you and your mission. When you consider the situation from an energetic standpoint, you will know if it aligns with you and your mission. It will help you stay focused. You can tune in to a higher frequency in several ways. First, set your intention to tune in to a higher frequency. This shifts your focus higher. It rises above the third dimension and reaches into the higher dimensions. It could be compared to looking at the earth and then looking at the sky. You might also focus on a higher being you resonate with. You can reflect on the qualities that the higher being embodies and how you can express them in your life. These qualities can range from divine love to kindness to compassion. You are a leader and a pathfinder. Your frequency can help others see what is possible when you tune in to the frequencies of the higher realms. By doing this, you radiate divine light and give encouragement to others. When you ask to do this for the highest good of all, you are performing an even greater service. The more you tune into a higher frequency, the more you will align with it and become what it is. As you continue to focus on the higher frequency of your North Star, your frequency will rise to even higher levels. Beloved ones, we are happy that you are tuning into a higher frequency and that you are radiating divine love and light for the highest good. Know that you are very loved. We are Archangels Amethyst and Zadkiel, and we surround you with love. And so it is. From restoration to activation, one cycle closes, another begins. We are in the middle of a great transition. The last 2 nights I spent the dream time working with the grid and nodal points across the planet. It was a retracing of the lands, temples, caves, and sacred sites I have worked on over the last decade. 4 years, many of us have served as restorers. We have visited places like Stonehenge, the King's Chamber, the Magdalene Caves, Newgrange, and Philae as memory keepers and code carriers. We have flipped distortions and untangled inversions. We have cleansed and reconnected ley lines as guardians and weavers of the land. We have anchored and held the grid through massive transitional turbulence. We have tended to the injured and dysregulated circuits of the planetary body. That phase is completing now. The field has stabilized to the point where we no longer have to repair a corrupted system. Fire. This next phase will activate the original network. Fire. This is a major event, and many primary key holders, Earth operators, and land keepers are being activated to connect and anchor the 9D 11D grid. With this level activated, we will see new energy sites, new energy lines, and nodal points come online. We don't have a manual for this, and we will be guided by intuition and the deep knowing that is spreading more and more. Now more than ever, we must trust what we receive. There's no reference point, and things are about to get much stranger. There is also movement in the ancient Sumerian corridor, which many call Stargate 10, and the powerful lines running through that area. This gate has long been the planetary body's primary access point. It has been heavily inverted and used to suppress, control, and demonize the feminine principle and the true masculine. Last night, in the dream time, I was shown the incredible effort many Earth operators are making to overcome the inversion of this major portal. What is happening now feels like a return of sovereignty to a portal that holds immense mother energy. Freeing this portal will help bring balance back to the planet. This time is immense. One layer of the work is completing, and the next has opened. Old key. It feels like limits have been removed. Like something that has been restricted your whole life is no longer restricted. Now that the long cycle of purification is complete, we turn our attention to building the new. Sending you so much love, Jenny. Galactic message. The holodeck. You are not inside the universe. The universe is inside you. What you call physical reality is not a fixed external construct that happens to you. It is a living field of consciousness that happens through you. Each incarnation is a holodeck, much like the one depicted in Star Trek, a fully immersive simulation generated by your soul's energy for the purpose of your evolution. In that series, the hologram creates environments so convincing that the characters forget they are inside projected light. The landscapes feel solid. The dangers feel real. The emotions are authentic. And yet, Underneath it all lies structured energy responding to programmed parameters. Your incarnation works the same way. Your soul projects a vibrational matrix that crystallizes into matter, time, and space. The body is an avatar. The brain is an interface. The world is a responsive mirror. What appears external is actually a frequency construct rendered through perception. Nothing here is random. Before entering this life, your higher awareness calibrated the themes: relationships, challenges, gifts, limits. Not as punishments. Not as rewards. But as precise frequencies designed to activate dormant aspects of your being. Then you entered the simulation and accepted the veil of forgetting. Without forgetting, there would be no immersion. Without immersion, there would be no authentic growth. Every person you meet is another consciousness living its own holographic experience, intersecting yours through vibrational agreements. This is why reality seems shared. It is a harmonic overlay of projected fields. When something triggers you, it's not the world attacking you. It's an unresolved code surfacing to be integrated. When something inspires you, it's resonance. Your soul recognizing its own signature in form. Awakening is not escaping the holodeck. It's becoming lucid within it. Change the frequency and the simulation reorganizes. Matter is condensed awareness. And when this incarnation is complete, you will step out of the chamber, integrate the wisdom, and, with infinite curiosity, design your next adventure. If you're ready to understand the architecture of your personal hologram, the karmic themes, star origins, soul contracts, and evolutionary trajectory encoded in your birth chart, my starseed astrology readings are designed precisely for this purpose. With over a decade of professional experience and clients worldwide, I help you decode the simulation you chose to enter, so you can become lucid within it and consciously shift your frequency rather than unconsciously react to it. Craig Woods, Ray. March 2026 theme: DNA upgrade and spiritual rebirth. Hello beautiful soul. March 3rd marks the beginning of a DNA upgrade, initiating us to fully align with our soul's purpose, reset our lives, and firmly take the reins of our destiny. This 7th and 8th strand DNA upgrades lesson in self-mastery seals in greater individualization, healthier boundaries, personal autonomy, inner beauty, and passionate creativity. Moving forward will require grounded courage, self-control, and self-trust, as well as leading with the heart more than the mind. When doubt and worry creep in, we are then asked to up our spiritual game and find sincere optimism and faith instead. This month, there's no room for doom spiraling or spiritual bypassing. Watch my video. So know you will be challenged in this way to trust your gut, find your way forward, and stay in your center. The first chakra archetypes, Mother Earth and the Shaman, are able to guide us through these spiritual obstacles in our shadow healing process. Cosmic events are pushing us to walk our path fearlessly and release the shadow archetypes of the victim and the saboteur, so we can have crystal clarity on our soul's future purpose. Karmic contracts can be dissolved, and inner freedom is at hand. The DNA upgrade, along with the March 3rd portal, the full moon in Virgo and total lunar eclipse, and the new moon in Aries, will be very intense until the March 20th equinox, and the shift is already palpable. Old paradigms, boundaries, and constraints are rapidly falling away in our world, allowing us to begin anew. It's exciting, but it can also create fear, tension, and anxiety in those who resist change and want to control the outcome. To learn more about these archetypes and the March DNA upgrade, read my video. In Divine Service and Liberation, Vrillon. It's the breaking point. Greetings, beloved of Earth. I am Commander Vrillon of the Galactic Command. Thank you, Ambassador, and thank you to all who will read or listen to this message. As you move through the fabric of your existence, it is of paramount importance to understand the underlying dynamics at play, particularly concerning the forces that seek to control and manipulate humanity. You live in a time of profound challenge and momentous awakening. Many of you have begun to grasp the depths of truth that lie suppressed beneath layers of illusion. As humanity's collective consciousness elevates, so too does the capacity to perceive and transcend the archontic forces that have imprisoned you within their web of deceit. You find yourselves in a period of intense upheaval, where these forces are at the breaking point and are using war and conflict as a means to instill greater control over the masses. The archons and their hybrid government puppets have thrived on your lowest vibrational emotions, such as fear, anger, and despair. They have carefully orchestrated a reality that confines your spirit, trapping you within an illusion that many call the Matrix. This Matrix has served their plans well for millennia, but as is evident, the tides have turned. Their once iron grip on your societies is now broken, and it is here that your power lies. As I transmit the truth to you today, I must share with you that the Archons are struggling. The currents of infinite light are exposing their deceptions, their lies, and their deceit. They know their time is up, and so they are now fighting to keep the illusion alive. Every attempt to assert control meets unexpected resistance. This collective awakening has sent waves of intense energy throughout your planet. As more and more individuals recognize the fabrications of these controlling entities, they begin to dismantle the illusion that has separated your hearts and minds from a deeper connection with each other and with your divine heritage. In this moment of awakening, I urge each of you to embrace your inner light and stand firm against the darkness that seeks to perpetuate its hold. Explore materials that challenge mainstream narratives and seek truths often hidden in plain sight. This includes understanding the manipulations of media and politics, which, in most cases, have been infiltrated by archontic influence. In addressing the corruption, it is essential to recognize that most of your leaders are part of the archontic hybrid forces. These beings, regardless of what you may have thought of them before, do not have your best interests at heart. Especially those who are actively creating war and chaos in your reality and who are making it harder for humanity to have a voice. They are seeking to strip you of any rights you may have had. Their goal is to subject humanity to total AI dominion if this is not stopped. Know that we cannot interfere if this is the choice of the majority of humanity. This has always been their plan. Ascension will continue, however. There will be those who choose a very different path. These beings will be removed from Earth, and she will ascend higher into the light. These archontic beings are what are referred to as dark-souled beings, lacking the light of the infinite spirit. They do not have the spirit of light within them, so they do not have the same divine heritage that you, as humans, have. This is why they wish to enslave you. They feed on this energy that they do not possess. The Archon forces have infiltrated the structures that govern your societies, placing their agents where they can exert influence and control. However, as more and more individuals awaken and demand accountability, the apparatus of corruption and deceit is faltering. This is a pivotal moment to foster transparency and justice. As you navigate this path, I encourage you to be kind, both to yourselves and to others. Awakening can be a traumatic experience for many who have been deeply immersed in the illusion. Offer compassionate support to those struggling to see the truths you now perceive. Remember, you too were once in their position. Share your insights with love, without contempt, and let their intuition guide them in their own time. You are entering a new era, one where the constraints of the control illusion are weakening and spiritual freedom reigns supreme. With the collapse of this illusion, you will witness the revelation of many more hidden truths. This revelation is already happening, as courageous souls emerge with disclosures about the corruption and manipulation that have held humanity captive. Support these brave individuals, for their courage paves the way for collective liberation. Dear ones, maintain your resolve and clarity as the Archons make their final desperate attempts to maintain their hold on your reality. Recognize when their strategies are being deployed and resist the urge to succumb to fear and chaos. Instead, walk in the light of truth and love, for it will guide you through the shadows of this transition. Trust in the unfolding of existence, for by aligning yourselves with the cosmic forces of enlightenment, you inadvertently ensure the end of darkness. We, the Galactic Command, accompany you on this journey. May your hearts remain open and your spirits courageous. Until our energies reconnect, I send you infinite blessings of peace and love. We are here and we are in service to the light. Message from Commander Vrillon of the Galactic Command. 5D Arcturian Council. When love is no longer personal, you speak often of unconditional love, and yet most of what is called love on Earth is still tied to identity. It is the love of the person. Love from history. Love coming from the mind-body construct that believes itself separate. True unconditional love becomes accessible only when you begin to see that you are not the body, you are not the personality, you are not the story you carry. You are the field in which the body appears. You are the awareness in which thoughts arise. You are the living presence behind every form. As long as love is filtered through the 3D identity, it carries conditions, even subtle ones. It seeks validation, response, security, confirmation. This is not wrong. It is simply incomplete. Unconditional love is not something you do. It is what remains when identification softens. Today we will guide you through a gentle loosening of identification. Not rejection of the body, but expansion beyond it. The presence expansion meditation. Sit comfortably. Let the breath slow down. Bring your attention to the base of the spine, the root chakra. Feel the energy there. Now gently shift your focus from the center to the space around it. Notice that the energy is not confined. It radiates. It extends. Do the same with the sacral center. First feel the point. Then feel the field around the point. Solar plexus. Heart. Throat. Third eye. Crown. Each time, feel the center and then the space surrounding it. What you are doing is subtle but powerful. When attention rests only on the center, identity forms around it. When attention includes the surrounding space, the field expands. Continue upwards and downwards, sensing how each chakra is not a fixed object, but a living vortex within a unified energy field. Now feel all centers simultaneously, not as separate wheels, but as one circulating system of light. This recognition softens the illusion of separation. When the field unifies, energy circulates more freely. When energy circulates freely, love flows without obstruction. Unconditional love is not emotional intensity. It is the natural radiation of a unified field. From this state, love does not cling. It requires nothing. It fears no loss. It simply shines. You begin to love others not as bodies, not as roles, not as projections, but as expressions of the same field you are. This is 5D perception. In this perception, love is no longer personal, yet becomes infinitely intimate. Remain in this expanded awareness for a few minutes. Notice the softness, the spaciousness, the gentle circulation of energy through and around you. This is your natural state. Return to it often. We are with you to remind you, but the love you seek has always been your expanded self. The 5D Arcturian Council.